Und damit herzlich willkommen zurück zu Let's Play Tesla Effect, ein neues Tex Murphy Adventure. Abenteuer. Ja. Und ich guck mal von Weitem, wer das sein könnte.
What the hell's been going on in there?
Don't shoot.
Tag 2.
Following our first lead and we get ourselves caught in a laser net. All in a day's work, right?
Smart Alex had a point, but I wasn't going to let him have the satisfaction of knowing so. There was one good thing about spending hours stuck in a laser net. You've got time to think. Who is this guy? Who killed him? And what kind of surveillance was he doing right across from my apartment? And what's in the metal canister? Have 7 years really passed without me remembering it? Is it related to my head injury or the injection mark on my arm?
Is he dead?
Well, I think you missed a hell of a party.
Party?
Yeah, you're here in time for the laser show.
I wouldn't do that. I was here to meet Carlos Maldonado. Is that you? Or him?
Look, I just stumbled onto this little nightmare, and I need to find out who this guy was and what he was doing. I'm a PI, and I assume this guy is Maldonado. My name's Murphy. Who are you?
Mason said Maldonado was a PI. Were you working with Mason too?
I'll be honest. I don't know if I was working for Mason or not. Actually, I'm having severe memory problems here, so anything you can tell me about Maldonado or Mason or what's in the cryo chamber here would be greatly appreciated.
I think I set off an alarm when I came in here. I don't usually do this kind of thing. I was just trying to help Mason. He said, come in here, find the PI, get the cryo chamber, and keep it safe.
Hey, I found that first.
Slow learner. You have to find Mason. I think he's in big trouble with bad people. I don't know why. He's a neurologist, for God's sake. But you have to promise me that if I let you go, you won't come after me. You'll find Mason.
Oh, I promise. My fingers are so frozen I can't cross them.
If your memory problems are part of all this, Mason is the only one who can help you. So you need to find him and bring him back safe just as much as I do. I'll be in contact soon.
Man, those cops are getting close, but I don't want to leave this place without a clue. I better hurry up and find something before they get here.
Aha, Lasernetz gefangen.
One crate of mixers. This guy was hardcore.
Lasernetz gefangen und irgend so ein Typ hat eine Cryo-Dings abgeholt. Und hier sind so diverse Überwachungsmonitore. Wo hier praktisch die Straße überwacht wird. Irgendwelche... Ach. Unser Büro wurde auch überwacht. Mhm.
Well, that might come in handy.
Ein verschlüsselter Speicherstick. Aha.
Strictly speaking, I would never encourage anyone to break the law, but those sirens are getting awfully close, and a life sentence for a machine can last a very long time. So move!
Ja, ich move ja, aber ich würde auch gerne erstmal noch mich hier ein bisschen umgucken. Vor allen Dingen...
Tough break, hombre.
Ja, gut, okay. Schönes Spiel, ja, obwohl ich da super schlecht drin bin, ich geb's zu.
As I try to make my great escape down the ladder, I find two officials waiting to greet me. Hello, boys.
Well, if it isn't Tex Murphy, what were you doing in there?
Well, it's a little hard to
Oh, you know the drill.
I was really trying to get my hands on that surveillance equipment. Maybe I could see exactly what happened to me. Now the only way I'll find it is if New San Francisco's finest decides to play ball with me. I don't know where they'd start now, but I'd better polish up on the old Murphy charm.
Whether you're a mutant or a normal, San Francisco is our home. Be a part of the solution to crime. You see something suspicious, please report it to the SFPD immediately.
Make it quick, Murphy. I got about a million things to do. And wasting time on you ain't one of them.
Didn't take you long to get in trouble, did it? You here to turn yourself in?
So, wen haben wir denn da vor uns hier, wa? Chef, Polizist oder so? Keine Ahnung.
Well, first of all, no. And second of all, Danwich, you know me. You didn't have to send your goons down to get me. If you wanted me to come down, just ask me.
I'm surprised you remember me.
Ja, also ich persönlich erinnere mich nicht an den. Das ist einfach mal schon viel zu lange her. Entscheidung für das Sponsoring-Geschäft.
Danwich? Are you kidding me? Rhymes with manwich? And manwiches are unbelievably delicious.
In case you didn't get the memo, I head up the department now. And things aren't as loosey-goosey as they were under Malden.
Aha.
Yeah, you seem like a man who likes his goosies tight. So why is it you think I came down here to turn myself in?
Well, we just found you at a crime scene with a dead body. That dead body happens to be Carlos Maldonado, a PI working the same neighborhood as you. Is that your way of intimidating the competition?
Nee, eigentlich nicht, weil wir kennen den ja nicht, wa?
Seems a little extreme to me. Flyers and discount coupons have always worked much better for me.
I was just reviewing your file when you came in.
Is that a lot? Because it looks like a lot.
August 2047. Beak Nariz, NSFPD informant. Beaten and hospitalized after providing information about Tex Murphy. Nariz refuses to identify his assailant. No charges ever filed. November 2048. Surveillance video shows suspected extortionist Jen Lee leaving the Golden Pagoda with Tex Murphy, never to be seen again. The case remains unsolved. Shall I go on? In the past few years, you've gained quite a reputation for yourself. You've got New San Francisco's criminal underbelly running scared.
Ja, das ist ja das, was Louis auch meinte, ne? Dass Olle Tex ja über die Jahre immer härter geworden ist und er mit ihm ja nicht mehr zu tun haben wollte. Scheinbar hat er sich ein bisschen verändert, der gute Tex. und ist jetzt im Prinzip wieder durch seine Amnesie praktisch der Alte. Aber wie man gerade hier vom Polizeichef hören und sehen konnte, hat Tex ein bisschen was auf dem Kerbholz.
You're a cop. Isn't that the way you like your criminal underbellies?
We arrest criminals so they could be tried in a court of law. We don't just kill them, and I won't tolerate vigilantism. If you didn't kill Maldonado, what were you doing there?
Naja, was haben wir da gemacht, wa? Echte Neugier, ja, würde ich auch sagen.
I was awoken by gunshots. I was just trying to find out what was happening. I followed the trail and saw that Maldonado had surveillance equipment aimed at my office. I want to find out what he recorded.
Who cares what he recorded? If you're such an upstanding citizen, you've got nothing to hide, right?
Ja, aber trotzdem hätte ich die Aufnahmen vorher gesehen, gerne. Schräge Bettgesellen.
Look, I got jumped last night. I've got no idea who did it. I think there might be something on the surveillance tape. And if you can tell me what happened, I think I can help you on this case. Deal?
I rarely make deals, and I don't need to make one with our only person of interest. Any more questions?
Ja, diverse, ne? Wer war denn eigentlich Carlos Maldonado?
I know Maldonado was a dirtbag, but unless it's in self-defense, killing somebody, even a dirtbag, is a crime and will be prosecuted.
Ja, ist schon klar. Ist schon verständlich, ne?
She's an investigative reporter at the Bay City Mirror, one of the less obnoxious ones. As far as the coroner and the commissioner were concerned, finding Chelsea's remains in your speeder were enough to pronounce her legally dead.
Oha. Also, Chelsea scheint jetzt tot zu sein. Das haben wir jetzt offiziell nochmal gehört. Irgendwelche Überreste wurden in dem Speeder gefunden. Wahrscheinlich da, wo wir mitgefahren sind, da bei dem Typen, der uns dann mit, ja, entweder mit richtiger Munition oder nur mit so einem Betäubungszeug da voll geballert hat.
That whole neighborhood seems to attract more than its fair share of trouble.
Ja.
I have no evidence of an abduction, just a dead body and only one person of interest. It might be in your best interest if you could find out what happened.
Ja, wenn ich dann hier das Anwesen verlassen darf, mache ich das gerne.
I'm not sure what to think of you, Murphy.
Ja. Gut, die anderen Sachen können wir alle nicht machen. Dann wartet hier erstmal.
That encrypted memory stick probably has some useful information on it.
Oh, great advice. If you could help me break it, then I'd be impressed. Guess I'll have to see if anyone else on the street can break it for me.
Okay, also wir wurden jetzt hier spontan wieder rausgeschmissen. Vor unserem Hotel. Und wir können ja mal den Speicherstick... Was haben wir denn hier? Hier waren wir ja noch ja nicht.
Heck, Malden. That buffoon always got credit for cases I solved. As I ring the bell, I expect Nilo, but another familiar face pops up from behind the counter. It's Clint. Looks like he's dabbled in some home plastic surgery to cover his empty eye socket. It's amazing what you can do with a tire patch, spray paint, and crazy glue.
Ah, Mr. Murphy, will you be needing some housekeeping done? I can't remember the last time we saw you around here.
Alter Schwede. Das sieht aber nicht gut aus, was er da gemacht hat.
Yeah, me neither. Don't know if you heard, but I had a little blackout.
I used to get brownouts. Louis' chocolate pie damn near put me in a coma every time.
So last time I saw you, Clint, it seemed like you were pretty loco for the cocoa.
Yeah, that chocolate stand was a bad idea. But it's all good now. I actually own this place. Bought it from Nilo a few years back.
Vor allem auch sehr geil. Recovered Chocoholic.
Where did Nilo end up?
You mean Nelly? He got a sex change. Yeah, I don't know. He tried to pass himself off as his long-lost twin sister for a while, but that didn't fly.
Oh man.
So, no more Coco Cabana?
No, after a massive bender that ended with me in cuffs outside of the Hershey's factory, I knew I had to change my life, and Preacher Gary, may he rest in peace, he set me straight. Now I just have a little tiny problem with the scotch.
Naja, das ist ja nicht so schlimm, wa? Mit Scotch kann man ja mal ein Problem haben.
So, Crazy Gary's gone to the big distillery in the sky, huh? You're the perfect guy to carry on his legacy.
Oh, thanks. I think.
Well, you've come a long way, Clint. From living in a dumpster to owning your own dump.
But on the bright side, we've exterminated most of the roaches and reinforced the foundation after the big quake last year. And finally got real fire extinguishers, so no more painted-on safety features. We're up to a 3-star cubic zirconia rating in the Mutant Leisure blogspot now.
Freizeitmutant, Blocksport, blob. Wie geil ist das denn? So, was Pingelichts, Weitheim, Wagniskapitalist.
3 cubic zirconias, huh? Out of how many possible?
Well, they're not really clear about that, but it is an upgrade. It's mostly thanks to you, my #1 tenant. You pay up front and I always throw in a little extra to make sure I keep an extra eye on your place.
Naja, das möchte ich eigentlich nicht haben, dass du ein extra Auge auf meine Wohnung wirfst.
So I'm not behind on my rent? Maybe I should get amnesia more often.
You're paid through the end of the year, just like every year. You're hardly ever here these days, but hey, let me get my nose out of your business. That sounded disgusting. Let's change the subject. What can I do for you?
Okay, na, hier haben wir ja eine Menge abzufragen, wa? Fangen wir mal mit Clint an.
Me? I'm just living the dream. One chocolate-free day at a time.
Alter, das sieht echt gefährlich aus, was der da gemacht hat mit seinem Auge.
Maldonado? Nothing but trouble. I steer clear of that hombre.
So, was? Verschlüsselte Memory Stick? Na, weiß ich nicht, ob ich den fragen sollte. Aber ich mach's einfach mal, weil es anwählbar ist.
I can't help you with that. I can barely work a toaster.
Na, immerhin.
We don't need to talk about that, do we? That was a real tragedy.
Oh, das war wahrscheinlich.
Nice girl for circuits and chips. Look, I've had my own problems, as you know. I was in a kind of a dark place 7 years ago. Dark, bitter, sometimes nuts, raisins. God help me, marshmallows.
Ah, schön.
I've got to steer clear of his diner. Too many chocolate memories. That's Louis' niece, right? Tall, brunette.
Ja, die ist hot, wa?
Look, I know I used to joke with you about Chelsea being in love with me, but that was just my jealousy talking.
Aha, okay.
Dumbest name ever for a shop. Nice guy, but he's got some screws loose. Just get the holes patched before you move out, or I will keep your security deposit.
Alles klar.
This may not be much, but it's mine, and I love it.
Ja, das ist ja die Hauptsache, wa? Man muss ja lieben, das, was man macht und was man hat.
The cops came by to ask me about that, but I wasn't here at the time. You keep being my best tenant, and I'll be your biggest fan. Deal?
Deal, würde ich sagen. Gut, okay, haben wir also den Chef von dem Laden hier auch mal kennengelernt.
Time to get a new clock. A bell will be placed in the lobby if a clerk is on duty.
So, was haben wir denn hier?
Problem with vidphones is you can't call anyone from the bathroom anymore. Well, you shouldn't.
Ja, ist vielleicht günstiger, ne? Ach, herrlich.
The ultimate game of Battleship. Fat chance of that happening. Do you know what kind of creeps live in this place?
Aha, naja, gut. Ja, vielleicht in dem Hotel nicht gerade, aber. Was? Escort, aha.
Sapphire, eh? That sounds like a fun new neighbor. Well, this is a flashy new neighbor.
Aha. So, vielleicht liegt hier noch irgendwas rum? Nee, tut's nicht. Gut, gehen wir mal hoch. Ich denke mal, wir müssen in unser Zimmer an unseren Rechner, Computer.
Yeah, needs a key. People who stay here at the Ritz don't want to be found. Needs a key.
Aha. Lennart. Sieht aus wie so ein Codeschloss. Okay. Kommen wir vielleicht später nochmal zurück.
Oh, I had this door permanently sealed as it opened directly into my bedroom. People thought that was awfully presumptuous of me.
Ah, ich verstehe. Das ist die Hintertür. Verstehe. Schade, dass man da nicht ankloppen kann. Mich mal interessiert, was das für ein Typ ist. Vielleicht lernen wir den ja später nochmal kennen. Und wir müssen praktisch jetzt über die Feuerleiter. Aber eigentlich könnten wir auch erstmal nochmal hier hin, wa? Vielleicht gibt's ja da noch irgendwelche, weil da waren ja noch mehr Türen und so. So, hier ist natürlich alles aufgeräumt, wa? So, keiner was liegen lassen. Aber hier gab's ja noch mehr. Okay. Okay. Aha. Gut. Hier gab es zwar noch mehr Türen, aber die können wir alle nicht öffnen. Von daher ist das relativ abgeschlossen jetzt hier. Gut, dann werden wir mal, wie gesagt, ne, auf unser Zimmer. Aber das werden wir dann auch erstmal im nächsten Teil machen. Von daher haut erstmal rein. Und es geht sicherlich spannend weiter im nächsten Part von Tesla Effekt. Also, bis denn, euer SaintyLP.